Hello all. So I wanted to just record a quick addendum to give you a couple of little tips in using the MySQL Workbench. So what I have up here is the script that we used in the previous video where we created the database hospital demo. So if you wanted to save this script locally, just hit the save button here. And you can call this anything you'd like. I'll just leave this on the desktop and I'll call this hospital demo database script or something like that. That way you can save it. You'll notice it gets a name. You can hit the X to close it. And then if you want to get it back, you just go to File, Open SQL Script, and navigate out to wherever you saved it, pick it, and hit Open. And that brings it all back to where you were. So the next thing I wanted to show you is in the assignment for Module 3, the one thing that I'm asking you for is a MySQL export file, which is just a SQL file, a .SQL extension that contains all of your tables and all of your data. So since we may not be familiar with the MySQL interface, I wanted to show you how to do that. So in the hospital demo, this is the demo database that we built. I want to export this so that if I were to send this to you, all you have to do is just load the script up in MySQL and hit run, and it sets it up. So I'm going to right click hospital demo, and I'm going to pick, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not right clicking. It's going to server and picking data export. So at the very top, make sure you have hospital demo, or you don't have to have hospital demo selected necessarily. Go to server, data export, and then it's going to give you a listing of all of the schemas that you have on your server. I'm just going to pick hospital demo here because that's everything that I want. If you go pick hospital demo here, it's going to let you select what it is you want to export with it. You see our three tables here. Just make sure all three of those are selected. All right. And there's a few options here. Dump structure and data is the one that I want because I want to be able to recreate your database with the data intact. You won't deal with select views or tables or unselect because I need everything included. Make sure so we don't have these three don't need to be checked because we don't have any stored procs, we don't have any functions, we don't have any events or triggers. Go down to export self-contained file and then just dump it out somewhere. In this case, it's going to go to this dumps directory. So I'll just copy this out so I can show you the file that it creates. Or you can just navigate out and select where to put it. Just make sure it has a .SQL extension like we see here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick include create schema. That way it'll include the create database hospital demos line. And I'm just going to pick start export. And so now it's going to start the export. And so now this will take everything that's in that database and export it out. So now it looks like it's finished. I'm going to go to that directory in File Explorer. So there is my file. You'll see that it has, if I go to its properties, it's dump with the current date and I think, let's see, yeah, the current date, and then the .SQL extension. If I open this up, say in Notepad, what I'm looking for is to make sure you have that create database. If not exists hospital demo, then it's going to go ahead and create it and then use. You don't have to worry about all of these other character sets. All of these are commented out, meaning they don't do anything. You see the /*, that just means it's not doing anything. We've got some commentary here. There's the table structure for diagnoses, drop table if exists diagnoses, and then create the table. And so it should create the table in the way that we originally created it. You'll see that, yeah, for diagnoses here, we have the diagnoses is an integer, not null, meaning a primary key, auto increment. Primary key is specified here as diagnosis ID. And then there's a constraint where it establishes your foreign key. So I want to see all of your tables here. So there's diagnoses, there is patients, there is visits, and then it should go a little further down. Yeah, so within here, so in diagnoses, there should be, yep, there's our insert into. So that's going to contain all of your data. So I'm looking for that. And then insert into patients, insert into visits. So all that should be there. If just go ahead and export this. I'm just gonna take your file whenever I'm grading all the assignments and import it into my MySQL instance, and I should be able just to recreate it. So likely what I'll do is in the create database, I'll say hospital demo, and then I'll give it my initials like CH. And then that way it'll create a database that I know is mine. So I'll do that the same thing for all of you, and I should just be able to hit run once I load this inside of MySQL. So then just like I showed you before, you can go to File, Open Script, go to that location, pick it. There's the file. I should be able to just hit run here. And you see how it's running through everything. Hit refresh. There's my hospital demo CH. Not sure why the tables aren't in there. Likely because they're in the wrong order. Remember, I said that the order really matters here. So we have diagnoses. We need to move that to the end. There. We need to move visits before diagnoses. Actually, that would have been fine, the location where it is. And now if I run this again, it would have dropped the table, would have dropped it and reestablished it. So yeah, it looks like my ordering may not be specified, but if you do this, if you just give me the export and I can see where it creates the schema, where it creates the tables, establishes all of your fields, and then does the insert, that's all I need. So I hope this has been helpful. At this point, you can close all this down, and then the biggest challenge for this assignment is just going to be the normalization of that data set, taking the one big table, splitting it apart into the appropriate tables based on first, second, third normal forms, the things that you would have learned in your readings in Module 3. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks.